I've seen a few people say that the lawsuit that Elon Musk started against OpenAI is actually a waste of time for Elon Musk. But if you think that Tesla will eventually build a successful robot, humanoid robot, this is not a waste of time because OpenAI is working with Figure to develop these humanoid robots as well. And I think that lawsuit is going to at least a little bit slow down OpenAI, which actually works in Tesla's favor, I would argue. BYD is making another move. It just slashed price on its best-selling SUV to $16,000 to compete with gas cars. BYD is certainly a serious competitor and is something that we should keep an eye on. The Wall Street Journal has a pretty good article about how these Chinese automakers are releasing so many different models so quickly. Chinese automakers are around 30% quicker in development than legacy manufacturers, industry executives say, largely because they have upended global practices built around decades of making complex combustion engine cars. They work on many stages of development at once. They are willing to substitute traditional suppliers for smaller, faster ones. They run more virtual tests instead of time-consuming mechanical ones, which could have some serious downsides if something was not taken into account, but it does contribute to new models being launched much quicker. And they are redefining when a car is ready to sell on the market, writes Wall Street Journal. And then let's not forget generous government stimulus policies for these automakers. Cars launched last year contributed to 90% of China's passenger car sales growth, according to the country's Passenger Car Association, because Chinese buyers tend to prefer new or recently released cars. The cars have a short shelf life. Domestic EV makers offer models for sale for an average of 1.3 years before they are updated or refreshed, compared to 4.2 years for foreign brands. Also, talking to some of my friends in Shanghai, people over there seem to be a lot more concerned about their status, and they definitely don't want to lose face. And buying a vehicle that looks like it was made 4 years ago instead of a vehicle that looks like it was made a year ago makes a difference for many of these consumers, because they think that their friends are going to judge them, and they are actually right, they do get judged. Concerns about China-made cars are increasing. On Thursday, the Biden administration said it would investigate foreign car technology, citing potential national security risks from China. And we already know that the Europeans are doing something similar as well, blaming China for subsidizing its automakers and then flooding the European market with these cars. Also, China's EV boom is so recent that it remains to be seen whether there are any trade-offs between faster development and vehicle safety and quality, but the Chinese don't care as much about safety and quality. Many consumers over there would rather pay a little bit less. Chinese car makers insist they make no compromises, but some in the industry say their focus is on seeking growth first, whereas legacy car makers foster a robust system around meeting safety and quality standards. I am pretty sure some corners are definitely cut in some places, and that negatively affects the quality of the vehicles. But it will take a few more years for us to know whether that's really the case or not. However, what BYD is doing here is just a good business practice and is smart. In the case of BYD, delivery time from a Japanese mold supplier has been cut to around 6 months from at least a year since it bought the company more than a decade ago. BYD did so by involving experts from the supplier to advise on molding from the early stage and set its design earlier in the development process. This is amazing. EV infrastructure startup Gravity Mobility has opened 24 500 kilowatt chargers in New York on Monday. The devices can charge at a rate of 2,400 miles of range per hour, or 200 miles in 5 minutes. That's over 300 kilometers in 5 minutes. In the future, charging is certainly not going to be an issue. It will be very fast, but now we need vehicles that can actually take this charging speed. I am about to buy some more Tesla stock. This is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments down below. Are you buying more? Are you not buying more? And I'll be reading the comments, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Again, thank you so much for watching.